All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strength and Balance. This morning, we are going to start up, warm up on your feet, make our way down to the floor, then come back on up. Make sure you have a chair today. We will use a chair. And at any time during class that you need a water break or to take a break, please listen to your body. Take the breaks that you need. We're going to try to be a little fluid like always, so make sure you pay attention to what your body needs today, and it's okay to pause and take a second for yourself. So let's start the music. So we'll start up on our feet. Shoulder rolls, big circles. We want to spread the fingers at the top. Range of motion. And let's take those circles forward. So rotate in the opposite direction. And on the left arm, we are going to stay on the left only, big circles back, and we are going to rotate here. Get that full range of motion. And the opposite side, full range of motion. And now just the shoulders, so we'll bring the shoulders forward, around, and back. Forward, around. Last one, hold the shoulders down and back. Take your head, look to the right and to the left. One more each side. Soft bend in the knee. We're going to bring one arm forward, one arm back. Little swings here. Let the arms move where they want to go, but keep them forward. So we don't want to bring them out to the side. And now open up the arms, palms face forward. Drop the shoulders down, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. Then we are going to cross the arms over your chest. One arm comes on top. Give yourself a hug. And then the opposite side. Make sure when you open those arms up, you are focusing on squeezing the shoulder blades in the back. So we want to work the chest and stretch the chest and squeeze the back. Bring your arms overhead. So alternate, we're going to shift our weight onto that right foot. Bring the left arm overhead, up on that left toe, and then the opposite side. So we want to reach all the way down the side of the body as we balance here on that left And now right leg. Let's do one more each side. And reach across. So now we're going to pivot on that toe, move through the hips, and then reach that arm across. And the other side. Exhale as you reach across. Now make sure you stand up tall. We don't want to hinge. We want to stand up nice and tall. One more each side. Now a nice wide stance. Make sure your feet are wider than your hips. I'm going to step back so you can see my feet. Feet are wider than your hips. We are going to lean over to that left side, press through the left heel. We can rest that left forearm on that left quad. Now make sure your butt goes back. So when you're here, you want to make sure that you're not coming forward. We want to press through the heel and push your butt back, and that knee's a little bit in line with that ankle. If it comes a little forward, that's fine, but I don't want you up on the toe. I want to press through the heel. From here, we are going to drop that right arm and big arm circles on the right in one direction. And the same arm, opposite direction. Then push up through that heel, up to center. Same thing on the opposite side. So we're going to press through that right heel, butt goes back. Rest that right forearm on that right quad, and big arm circles with that left arm. Make sure your chest is up as your butt is down. Same arm, opposite direction. And back up to center. Walk your feet in. And we are going to just bring the toes back. Stay steady. So we're not shifting our weight and stepping back. We're keeping that midsection nice and tight and just stepping your foot back and squeezing the butt. And back to center. Now the same thing, but we will take those heels to the front. So again, we will stay in line and tap a heel forward and the other heel forward. Make sure we're not moving our weight forward. We stay steady, balance here on that standing leg as we tap the heel to the front. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. And from here, we are going to come on down to the floor on your back. So if you'd like a sip of water before you come down, please do so, but we will be down on the floor for a bit on your back. So when you are on your back, I want you to settle into the floor here. Hips are square, shoulders are square, knees are bent, feet about hip width distance apart. Make sure that you're pressing through both heels evenly with a flat foot so the toes aren't up. We want to make sure that we're not rocking the foot. We want to make sure that the foot is, both feet are flat on the floor. Abdomen is tight, head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. From here, we are going to go right into your pelvic tilt. So press the low back down to the floor. Pubic bone comes up towards your heart, and I'd like you to squeeze and pause. And then release. 10 pelvic tilts. This is 2. 3. We're going nice and slow to really focus. This is 4 on the contraction of the muscles. 5. 6. Squeeze. And 7. 8. 9. Last one. And release. From here, we are going to hold that pelvic tilt. Keep your core nice and tight. Keep the legs parallel and lift those hips up into a bridge for 10. So pelvic tilt, exhale, lift up, pause at the top, and then slowly lower back on down. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. And release. You can pull both knees in towards your chest. Hug them in, rock side to side. Bring your arms out at shoulder height. Then drop your feet down to the floor. Then drop the knees over to the right, head to the left. Then slowly bring the knees over to the left and head comes to the right. Back and forth. Take your time, but make sure the movement is fluid. Back to center. From here, I'm going to have you open your feet up wider than your hips, and we'll go into 10 more bridges. Make sure you hold that pelvic tilt first. When you lift your hips up, make sure the knees don't come in. We want to push them out slightly so we are activating the glutes and the hips. Pause at the top and slowly lower down. That's 1. That's 2. Slow and controlled. Pause at the top. There's no rush here. That is 3. Think of really squeezing the butt as you lift your hips up. 4. Make sure you focus on that pelvic tilt. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. You can release, pull both knees into your chest, hug them in, and rock side to side. Return your feet back down to the floor, knees stay bent, abdomen is tight. Now from here, we are going to extend both legs long, but make sure we maintain that strong pelvic tilt. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Flex your right foot, lift the right leg up, keep that right leg straight as high as you can, and then point the toes and slowly come back on down. We're going for 10. That was 1. Hips are square, shoulders are square, back is flat. That's 2. 3. 4. Keep that core nice and tight and focus on that pelvic tilt. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more on this side. 9. When you finish 10 on that side, you can go right into the opposite side. Flex that left foot and then point those toes. That's 1. 2. Make sure you have very little movement in the rest of the body, so we want to wiggle the least amount as possible. That is 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. You can release when you finish 10 on each side. Pull both knees into your chest. Relax here. And we are going to roll over to your left side. Clamshells on the left. So bend your knees. Feet are stacked. Hips are square, shoulders are square. So make sure we're not rolling onto the back. We don't want to lean back with the hip to help lift that knee up. So keep the hips stacked. Lift that right knee up and then come back on down. That was 1. We are going for 10. So keeping the core tight. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. We will stay on this side. Extend both legs long. Flex the feet. Make sure the hips are square, shoulders are square, abdomen is tight. Flex that top foot a little bit more, and we are going into that lateral leg lift. So lift the leg up and down. That's 1 for 10. 2, bring it a little bit behind the left. That's 3, so we should feel it in the hip and in the glute. 4. 5. 6. 7. Make sure your core is nice and tight and you are keeping that right foot flexed. 8. 9. That is 10. You can release and roll on over to the right. I'm going to flip over so I can face you. On the right side, knees will be bent, feet are stacked. We are going to go into your clamshells first. Again, we'll do 10 on this side. Shoulders are square, hips are square, abdomen is tight, feet are stacked. And when you are ready, you can lift that left knee up and come back on down. That is 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. That's 9. And 10. Extend both legs long. Again, flex that top leg, which should be your left if we're on the right side. Pull the toes towards your shins. 10 lateral leg lifts. So we're lifting up, squeeze the butt, and down. So that foot's a little bit behind the right on the floor. 2. 3. 4. 5. Halfway. 6. 7. 8, 9, and that is 10. You can release and roll forward, push back into child's pose. So hips over heels into child's pose. Just adjusting my microphone. From here, we want to make sure your butt gets down on the heels. Arms are far in front of you, so we don't want to keep them bent. Extend them far. Feel this down the back. And from here, come down onto your stomach. Your head can rest down on your hands. Flex your feet, so dig the toes into the floor. Alternate your leg lifts. So also dig the hips into the floor. Abdomen is tight. Lift that right heel up. Pause, squeeze the butt. And down. Then the other side. Hips down to the floor. We're doing 10 per side. This is 2. 2. Make sure you pause at the top. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. 6. Keep your hips nice and square. 7. 7. 8. 8. 2 more per side. 9. 9. 1 more each side. And when you finish, you can release. Push your hips back over your heels. Child's pose. And tabletop position, hands and knees. Cat-cow. Arch and sway. Try to get as much flexion in the spine that you can. You can release, take your time, make your way all the way back up to standing, come up to your feet. When you are standing, grab your chair and grab some water. Your chair, when you are seated in the chair, you should have about a 90-degree angle behind the knees. Chest is up. We want to make sure we're not seated, we don't sit all the way back in the chair. We want to be seated up at the front, shoulders back and down, chest is up. Think posture. Our feet are a little wider than hip width distance apart. Pressing through the heels, we are going to stand straight up and then hips away, break at the hips and come back down. And when we come down, we don't want to lean all the way back and use that momentum to come up. We just want to tap, pause here, and come back on up. We're going to do 10 sit to stands. Chest is up, tap the butt. That's 1. 2. Eyes are forward. I always have my hands in front of my chest. That's 3, either separate or together, because it helps keep my chest up. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. When you finish your 10, we are going to go into your good mornings. Hands are up by the head, but make sure we don't hold on to the head. I like to just touch my fingertips to the sides of my head, maybe about ear height or just behind. Having your hands like this keeps your chest up and your shoulders back. Hold on, my microphone was probably muffled. Your chest up and shoulders back. So we really want to focus on making sure that the shoulders stay out to the side. From here, we're going to have a soft bend in the knee. Push your hips back. Weight is pressed through the heel. And then when you come up, we're pushing the hips forward and squeezing the butt. So it's a hinge in the hips. We're going to go for 10, and let's begin. Make sure you keep a nice flat back. That was 1. 2. Squeeze the butt as you come up. 3. So we should feel this down the back of the legs. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. When you finish your 10, we are going to go right into your heel and toes. So we did not do the heel and toe with the warm-up today because I was planning on doing it now. So we are going to stabilize on that right foot, a soft natural bend in that right knee. Take your left foot, heel forward, toes back. Heel forward, toes back. Now, today, I want to challenge you. I want you to get a little bit lower, pressing through that heel, so bend that knee a little bit more. So you are going to feel this in the quad, in the glute, and in the hamstring. We are going to go forward and back, 10 on the right, 10 on the left. So soft bend in that knee, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Press through the heel. 7, 8, 9. Last one. Come on up. If you're not going, whoo, and you didn't feel that in the quad, the glute, and the glute and the hamstring, get lower. All right. We want to feel that leg burn. Let's go on over to the opposite side. So pressing through that left heel or opposite heel, forward and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. Kick it out. Kick it out. We are going to go through all 3 of these again. So starting with those sit to stands for 10-ish. Adjust the chair just a little bit. Again, hips away, chest is up, down and up. That's 1. Make sure we don't lean back on the chair. 2, 3. Pressing through the heels. 4, both feet, butt goes back, chest is up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, next were those 10 good mornings. Hips away, abdomen is tight, hands up, shoulders back, chest up, shoulders down and relaxed. Pressing the weight again through your heels. Push the butt back and forward. That's 1. 2. 3. Use your legs to push you up. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And back into your heel and toes. 10 per side. If you did not feel it in the glute, quad, hamstring, get lower. If you did not feel it the first time, get lower than you did the first time. So we're going to stabilize on one side, get down nice and low, forward and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one on that side, right away. Switch to the other side, forward and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, come on up, kick it on out. Good news is we have one more time through. Round 3, this is it. So if your legs are saying, oh, I can't do another round, just do a couple. You can always do less repetitions. If you're feeling really strong today and you could go to 15 rather than 10, this is where you can push it because we have one last round. All right? So I'm doing 10 sit to stands. You do what is appropriate for you, but remember, they don't count if your form is sloppy. So focus on form first. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can always slow it down and pause. All right, last 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one. That's 10. Next of a set of 3 are those good mornings. Again, for 10, really focus on the back of the body. Make sure we're not pulling up from the back. We are using the hamstrings. All right, hands up, hips away, soft bend in the knee, and push forward. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then 10, heel and toe per side. This time, really focus on getting even lower. I'd rather you do, for this time through, less repetition, but get lower. So really feel the burn. So if we can only get to 6, but you're lower, perfect. Really work those legs today. Nice and low. Forward and back, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Chest is up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, other side right away. Forward and back, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is 10. You can release. Come on up. Kick those legs out. We have one set of 10 calf raises. Up on the toes and back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's your 10th. Grab some water. We are going to make our way back down to the floor. You can move your chair. We're going to stay on the floor for the rest of class. We're going to start on your back, even though I have my timer. We are going to come on down on your back for your dying bug. Dying bug. On your back. Pelvic tilt. Core is nice and tight. We're going to lift those legs up, bend the knees at about 90 degrees. Arms are long, shoulders down. Make sure the hands aren't over your head. We want to keep the hands up, straight up towards the ceiling. So if you pointed those those pointer fingers, they would be pointed up right on overhead, over your chest. From here, we are going to alternate tapping the heels down to the floor, right and left. If you want to add that upper body, you're more than welcome to. It's a little bit harder. We are going to go 10 per side. I will add my upper body to show you how to make it a little bit harder. Pelvic tilt, 10 per side. Let's begin. So right arm, left heel comes down and up, and the other side and up. That's 1. 2. Really focus on that strong pelvic tilt. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. That is 10. You can release. Pull both knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And when you are ready, we are going to roll on over to your stomach for your plank. A 1-minute low plank today. So we're going to talk about it real quick. We'll get into it and then I'll talk about it as we're up. We want the elbows in line with shoulder, forearms are parallel. Abdomen is tight. Make sure your back is nice and flat. Really, really, really important. So something I notice real quick before we start is people start here on their elbows and toes and then push up onto the toes and then your butt's in the air. So something that can be helpful that I do is I start on my forearms. I step one leg back as far as I can. Then I step the other leg back. From there, my back is flat, so my booty is not in the air. So if you do have a hard time getting your butt down, you need to step those feet back farther, and that's a good way to help. 1 minute plank, then we will stretch. All right, everybody, up. I will tell you every 15 seconds. If I'm not talking, let's hold. So forearms are parallel. Elbow is in line with your shoulder. Make sure the shoulders are down, hips are down. We want to make sure that the hips are not up. 15 seconds. Now from here, we want to make sure that the booty's not tilted up. We want to tuck the tail and hold that strong pelvic tilt. Make sure you pull your belly button up towards your spine. Make sure you are breathing. Halfway home, that's 30. Back is nice and flat. Hips and shoulders are square. 45. 15 more seconds to go. You can do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and release. Push back into your child's pose. Butt back over your heels. Relax. Good job. From here, make sure your butt is down on the heels and your hands are far in front of you. Then we are going to walk the hands over to the left and hold. Make sure your butt stays down. Make sure your head is between the arms and the arms are long. You should feel this down the lats on the right side of your back. And the other side. Back to center. And that tabletop position back to your cat-cow. Arch and sway, get as much flexion in the spine that you can. This time even more than when we did it prior. And you can release, flip over to your back. On your back, bring your arms out at shoulder height, drop the knees to the right, head comes to the left, and hold. Make sure you are breathing. And knees to the left, head comes to the right. Back to center. Cross your right ankle over left knee. Reach behind the left knee, right arm comes between the legs, and pull that left knee in towards your chest. Release, uncross, opposite side, left ankle over right knee. Reach behind that right knee, pull the right knee in. Release, roll over to your left side. Make a straight line with your body on the left. When you are here, you can reach for that right ankle, pull that right back towards your butt. We want to make sure that we pull the knee behind the left knee. That way we really feel this down the quadricep of the right leg. And release. Same thing on the opposite side. Roll on over to the right. I'm going to flip so I can face you. Extend both legs long. And then reach towards that top ankle. Pull that top heel back. Again, make sure you pull the knee back. We really want to feel that down the hamstring. Push the hips forward. I'm sorry, we really want to feel it in the quad. You can release and sit up. Extend both legs long. Flex your feet and reach towards the toes. Make sure the knees stay down. Release. You can sit however you are comfortable. If you prefer to stand, you can come up to standing. When you are ready, you're just going to roll the shoulders back. One more. Drop the shoulders down and back. You can clasp your hands either in your lap if you're seated or long by your side if you are standing. Just make sure the shoulders are down and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back. Then take your head and look to the right. Drop your chin. Back on up. Head to the left. Drop your chin. Back on up. Back to center. Arms come out at shoulder height, palms up towards the ceiling. Look up, push your thumbs back, squeeze the shoulder blades. And bring that left arm across the body. Pull it in with the right. And release the other side. Back to center. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Good job today, everybody. Milner says good job.